Something up?
All right.
All right, but I'm out of credits. So it's Republic's...
That's where we waste... It's like stalemate?
Sure.
Yeah, something wrong? Go ahead and ask.
Always welcome here, Jedi. You were always welcome here.
Thanks for your help with the mercenaries.
I saw you fighting the mercenaries. Just amazing. I wish I were a Jedi too.
it has been some time. The years have not been kind to us both, it seems, but perhaps now they will see the truth at last.
It is not as it was.
But perhaps that is for the best.
We were wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us, and I imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you've come for revenge. You already know the answer. You've noticed it in those who travel with you.
Have you noticed that when you act, others follow?
Those that travel with you.
They follow you without question, without hesitation.
Against their instincts, and sometimes against their sense.
It is because you are a leader, but that still fails to grasp the meaning of what I'm trying to tell you.
It is not an easy thing to explain. Surely you are familiar with Force Bond. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master when one truly understands another. It is developed over time through understanding of each other. Yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you. The resonance is even greater when they, too, are Force-sensitive.
Your actions affect others more than you know. You draw others to you, especially those strong in the Force.
When you suffer, their spirit echoes it. And when they are in pain, their pain becomes yours. This bond, it travels both ways. When you feel pain or strong emotion, it resonates within you.
And that is why the Mandalorian Wars echo within you still.
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it. Because of that last battle of the Mandalorian Wars.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's gravity, annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you. To hear the Force over such pain, it is not possible. It was too much for any Jedi to endure, and it is a wonder that you did not die there when thousands perished. All those you had fought with and struggled with. You cut yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had hints of it in the war on Doxon. Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last, you could hear.
You were broken.
You were whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you returned to us, we saw what had happened. You carry all those deaths at Malachor within you. And it has left a hole.
In you, we saw a wound in the Force.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
Yes. You can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a cipher, forming bonds, leeching the life of others, siphoning their will and dominating them. It is the teaching of these new Sith to feed on others, on other Force sensitives. They are symptomatic of the wound in the Force. You are a breach that must be closed. You transmit your pain, your suffering through the Force. Within you, we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. What you carry may mean the death of the Force, and the death of the Jedi. So you think. It is not the strength of a Jedi you feel.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You feed on it, and you grow stronger. You're like Malachor. It's in you, it's what you are now. You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only to become more and more powerful. Why do you think that was?
But what's worse is that bonding you have. It hasn't gone away. It's gotten stronger, and the more attachments you form, the more you draw others to you.
And that is why you are a threat to us all. What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did? What if there was a crucible that trained such Jedi to consume and kill?
For you, Malachor was that crucible.
What's worse is these Sith that we face. I fear that they have learned the lesson of Malachor all too well. It is what allows them to prey on Force users, to become stronger when Force sensitives are near.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you. And so you have brought about the end of the Jedi, and perhaps all the knowledge of the Force. But it is of no consequence. Your ability to make such connections, such bonds so easily are why you cannot remain. You are a threat to living creatures and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here, and that we cannot allow.
Our judgment before remains. Exile. You must leave. And you must leave without your tie to the Force. It is a punishment reserved for only a few, and only when necessary. But we have the power to cut you off from the Force, and it must be done.
Forgive us, but it is necessary.
Do not be afraid. You shall feel no pain, but this must be done. As long as you feel the Force, you are a danger to those around you.
Enough! Step away from her.
What?
Step away! She has brought truth, and you condemn it. The arrogance. You will not harm her. You will not harm her ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger. Yes.
Is this your new master, Exile? If so, then you follow Revan's path. Her teachings will cause you to fall as surely as he did.
We sought to lure the Sith out, and now they have come to us.
As you would pass judgment on her, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to hear the teachings born of the Mandalorian Wars? Of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the Exile. How could you ever hope to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale? If you had traveled far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. There is a place in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. It is something of the Sith, but it was fueled by war. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion, culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from, save one. And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live. But I see what happened now. It is because you were afraid. It is done. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.
She's gone. The handmaidens came for her. They know who she is now. I couldn't stop them. I wasn't conscious at the time. I don't even know if I could have stopped them. They'll take her to Telos, and Atris will do what she'll do with anyone she thinks is a Sith. Are you surprised? All that talk of hatred, manipulation, and standing on your own 2 feet? Sorry, you don't get any more Sith than that. Still, if we were all judged by who we were in the past, I don't think you'd understand who we are now. Yeah, she will. Are you surprised? All that talk of hatred, manipulation, and standing... Still, if we were all judged by who we were in the... Yeah. That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Is something wrong? You look troubled. I can feel it. That is an odd answer. Never. I believe in what we are doing, what you are doing. I'm here because I choose. I simply do. There is nothing I can show you as proof. Something happened within the Enclave. Then they do not understand you. That is the danger of being a Jedi. When one separates themselves from others, chooses to lead a life of isolation, and such judgments, I believe, are made in ignorance. There is no danger in what you change others, but I do not believe it is due to the Force. I believe it is because you are a natural leader, where they look at you and see the death of the Force. I look at you and see hope for all. And that perhaps a life lived without the Force is not the... I will understand if you feel you must go alone. But I ask that you do instead. Take strength from your connections to others. Do not forsake them, as you did in exile.
Who is there?
Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master. The last historian of the Jedi. The last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith. But there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Alakor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did she betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, she will come, but it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it. Your mistress awaits. She has much to share with you.
She said you would come here, to this place. If you think you can defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collected knowledge, all these teachings of combat and the Force, they are mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will. Surrender. You need not die. Atris? That is not who I am, not any longer. She has not existed for some time, I think. There was always something else within me. It just took time for its voice to be heard. The old woman you traveled with finally made me listen to myself, to the galaxy. She said that you would come here, and that you would face me in battle. Yes, the Sith are here at last. You have brought them to this place as I had foreseen. It has all been part of my plans for you, and when I defeat you and the forces you have brought to Telos, I shall take the battle to the heart of the Sith and wipe them out forever. I do not know yet, but it does not matter. They have come here to face the Republic. Yes, the Sith are here at last. You have brought them to this place as I had foreseen. It has all been part of my plans for you, and when I defeat you and the forces you have brought to Telos, I shall take the battle to the heart of the Sith and wipe them out forever. These Sith are cowards, striking from the shadows to kill Jedi. I needed a target to draw them out, but I could not risk my own life, all that remained of the Jedi. So I arranged for you to return to the Republic, leaked information of your past, and then waited for the Sith to come. And they did. But you came to Telos against my predictions. Now they are here, I can finally face this enemy and defeat them. All the knowledge of the Sith, gathered from across the galaxy, brought here by my servants, so that I might uncover their secrets, and use them to track them down. But now they have been drawn from the shadows of the Outer Rim, and the only final matter to attend to is finishing you. Surrender to you. Let us end.
This will teach you. This will teach you.
Kill me. End this. If you will not kill me, then what will you do? You always knew where they were striking from. You always knew. These Sith are spawned of you. Spawned by the Mandalore. Their power is to feed on life, until nothing is left except a hollow galaxy. Yes, I had thought she was awaiting me at that place, but I see now that she lied. It was not meant for me, but for you. She has gone there. She is waiting for you to travel to Malachor 5, to finish what you started. Yes, you are an echo in the Force, a hollow space where it has been wounded. It takes a great act of destruction to create such emptiness, but it can be done. It creates places where the Force is difficult to hear, and difficult to find one's way, and you carry it with you, always. Now she seeks to create another echo, a wound in the Force, greater than the one before, greater than the one you caused. It will deafen all touched by the Force until no life is left. You were strong enough to withstand it once, but few have your strength in such matters, especially if they are unprepared. I do not know, but she needs you there. If you choose not to follow, She will murder herself at the heart of Malachor, and you will... She is one of the Lords of the Sith, one of those who murdered the Jedi, and she holds the death of the galaxy in her hands. This knowledge of the Sith and the Jedi is what I am. It is my attempt to hold on to the past, to try and protect the... I sought to preserve the knowledge of the Jedi, and to do that I needed to know the Sith. Once I was a historian, the chronicler of the Jedi, and when both wars passed me by, I was determined that I would not forsake battle. In some part of me, I knew I had made choices, compromises, but always for the sake of the Republic. To do what you had done, at times, did not seem so wrong. To fight such a threat, sometimes one's choices seem narrower than they are, until it seems there is no solid... I feel that I understand what drove you to battle, to fight the Mandalorians. It was something you could not turn away from. And what will you do with me now? Abandon me here on this dead world, or end my life as I wish to end yours? It does not matter. Not now. It is what I did with such pain that caused the wound. But I thank you. Leave now, while you can. Save Telos. Save the galaxy. Save yourself.
Well, what do we have here? I didn't believe it when Lino reported the Ebon Hawk at dock, but I guess it really has. Though given the trouble we've been having, maybe I shouldn't be surprised to see you. Lieutenant Gren, Sith forces have breached the module and are attempting to pen us up in the compound. Damn! Zeron! I need you and your men to break through and lead the assault. With pleasure, Lieutenant. All right, follow me. It came out of nowhere. A fleet of warships dropped out of hyperspace, and before we could scramble fighters to intercept them, we were under it. There were Sith fighters everywhere. And the few flights we sent out were barely launched when the bombardment began. We did our best, but we couldn't stop the landing craft that followed the initial wave. We couldn't hold back. Then there's also the fuel situation. Because we don't have enough fuel, we won't be able to keep the station in orbit and operational, and we'll try to make the best of what we have left. But it's going to be cutting it. The Sith numbers seem limitless. But we haven't lost all hope. We've heard reports that squad of troops sent by Queen Talia are currently trying to keep the Sith from sabotaging the station's fuel.
Does this mean you won't be putting us into force cages again?
If you need to get to the Ravager, then you're gonna have to fight your way to the shuttle from here to the entertainment module, then make your way to the docking shuttle. Good luck. Look, this is no time for talking. If we don't push the Sith back or get the station evacuated in time, this is going to be a disaster.
Good luck, ma'am. Good luck, ma'am. We're counting on you.
I must leave you for a time to gather my Mandalorian warriors. We will rejoin you when the time comes for the assault on the Ravager. Don't worry about me. I can have...
All right, men. The Sith are trying to hold us up in this compound. We need to break through or our reinforcements won't be able... Now let's punch a hole in this Sith barricade.
So, we meet again. I hardly... Major, actually. And I have you to thank. Queen Talia saw fit to promote me for my service. When the TSF sent out a distress call, I gladly volunteered. My troops have already gone ahead and infiltrated the urban module. From their last transmission, they're almost to the... Lieutenant Grin informed me that the Sith are attempting to sabotage the fuel control systems. At the moment, that seemed to be the most pressing need. The TSF do their jobs well, but they are not professionals. My men have come under heavy attack in the urban module and taken some casualties. In that case, if you find my men and they are in need of...
Thank goodness you're here. We just can't seem to make any progress against the Sith line. After they established their position, they brought out their turrets. We managed to take a few out. It's up to you to help us throw them back. We gotta get them cleared out of here. All right. We'll be right behind.
Well, I'm not dead. I guess that's something. I got hit by a grenade. They're moving ahead towards the TSF office. Well, that's a relief. Of course, if we can't stop... No.
Good luck, ma'am. We're counting on you. Good luck, ma'am. Good luck, ma'am. We're counting on you.
We will join you in the assault. These rank-and-file soldiers will do you no good aboard the Ravager. Let we Mandalorians lead the charge into battle and to victory. Kelborn, Zuka, you will be joining us.
You will not face this alone. I will go with you and be by your side. I would have it no other way.
Are your preparations complete?
Sir, Sith warship dead ahead of us. It's attacking Citadel Station.
Let's close the trap. Concentrate all fire on the warship and deploy red and blue wings to engage enemy fighters.
Sir, at this distance, our weapons will barely scratch it.
We can't hope to match its firepower, but we need to draw it away from Telos.
Sir, if it keeps firing on Citadel Station, the station won't be able to maintain its orbit.
I am aware of the situation, Lieutenant. I do not intend to lose Telos twice. And I know that ship. It was a Malachor 5.
breached the hull of the Sith vessel and are securing the area. The vessel has suffered extensive structural damage, but its particle fields still maintain a minimal atmosphere within the ship and our cargo. It's being brought aboard. Soon, teams will be dispatched to the target sites. Do the Republic forces suspect? No, Mandalore. The proton cores do not emit a signature the Republic ships can detect. If they do pick up the signal, they will assume it to be emanating from the ship's missile bays. Did you get an ID signature on this vessel? You were right about the vessel, Mandalore. It is of Malachor. It still bears the wounds of Mandalorian guns. Then let's finish this. And remind the galaxy of Malachor 5.
What was that about?
Nothing you need to worry about, Sith.
You are coming with me.
Don't get all sentimental. I just don't trust you to get the job done. Been waiting for this for 10 years. It's just time to do things the old-fashioned way. Yeah, what do you want?
How may I serve?
Something you Then give the signal, Mandalore. Arming signal received, Mandalore. The proton core is active. We still need to set 3 more. Mandalore, we're holding our position, but the Sith appear to be offering You've reached one of the target sites. Place the arming signal received, Mando. 2 more sites are left. We've lost...
This door leads to my cell. I had forgotten. If there is time, I would like to center myself. There is a meditation chamber within my cell. Past the surface, there is the Force. Where once there was a world that was strong in the Force, now there is a barren wasteland. From the death of an entire world comes great power. My hands shall be hate, my eyes revenge. You shall be avenged, and the one who has done this shall die. There's nothing more for me. My life is yours.
What's wrong?
Final insult. Stripping under He, the hunger that fills this vessel. It is that power we felt on Onderon, that Vatlu felt. It was an echo. There is nothing to be done, except wait. If you go to him, he will do...
You acted, suddenly, I acted. It was like we were fighting in tandem as a force bond. Your impulse to kill, to attack that one. It was a strange sensation. It was as if... Yes, that bond that develops between master and their apprentice. Traumatic moments can bind. Just as...
One of the target sites. Arming signal received, Mandalore. Only one proton core remains to be sent. We're encountering... What the hell was that? I told you to what? Mandalore, we've made contact with the enemy. Was it in the target zone? No, Mandalore. We have failed you. Do we have another core? No, Mandalore. Even with the other two cores set in the ship. We need to find another proton core, or we need to make one. All right, and don't kill yourself before I tell you.
This door leads to the bridge and my former master. If you wish to gather your strength, this is the last time. No, do not harm her. I am the one. I will return to you. Please. I will try. I cannot hold him for long.
are you doing up there? We need to get off this ship. Now!
I saw a graveyard world, surrounded by a fleet of dead ships. I felt it through him, as I feel it. You are my master now, and I will follow wherever your path takes you. My path is... My life for your... Forgive me, but before you go, I must ask. Why do you do this? You must not do this. I cannot allow... So you say. But it is not something I have observed. I remember little of my homeworld before I entered my master's service. It is not as it was. There is little left of... It is not a subject which I have spoken of. It was not a thing done with machines or weapons. The Force is far more terrible, and it touches more lives for everyone that feels the Force, strongly, deeply. Each one feels and perceives it in their own way. His power is great, and it comes from hunger. He is a wound in the Force, more presence than... And those who feel the Force strongly are beacons to his hunger. My people, my planet, the Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They hoped that perhaps among our people, they could achieve the clarity. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And KOTOR, with my kind, with the Jedi upon its surface, and my people died, and the Jedi died. They hoped to see the threat that had been stalking them, and they did. But they were unprepared. He cannot deny his hunger for long. And now that the Jedi are vanishing, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps he will grow strong enough to... I do not understand what... They hope to see the threat that had been stalking. He cannot deny his hunger. And now that the Jedi are... I do not understand. I will answer what I... My master did not... There are many facts. Where one moves, it is not always known to the... They believe you are the last of the... my life is yours.
Arming signal received, Mandalore. The proton core, that's the last of them, Mandalore. We can destroy the ship. What do you want?
How may I serve?
Something you need. I'll take care of this.
Admiral Onasi wanted to speak with you, ma'am. As I understand it, there was something private he wished to ask you concerning mutual...
It's a little beat up, but it's still home. I wasn't able to be here to protect it when the Sith attacked the first time. This time you gave me a second chance. I owe you. I've read your records, how the Jedi sentenced you for doing what you believed. You wandered past the Outer Rim during your exile. I ask you, did you find any trace of Revan? I served with him like you did, and we had to part ways like you did. He said that there were places where he had to walk where I could not go, places where having allies, or anyone he cared about, would only place them in danger. It's been 4 years, and I still don't know what happened to him. He told me to stay here to try to keep the Republic strong, and that he would return. It's the hardest request I ever had to follow. I don't know, but it was important to him. He said that he believed something had been behind the Mandalorian Wars, that it hadn't been the Mandalorians' choice to attack the Republic. Whatever it was, I think he went off to find it, to fight it. It was near the end of the Jedi Civil War, when it seemed like we were going to lose everything. We met on a Republic warship called the Endar Spire. It was being attacked over Terrace, and the Sith had stormed the ship. We saved the Republic, but it was like the war didn't end for him. He would keep remembering things that he'd done, and it kept driving him. And I think he finally remembered something terrible that he'd done during the Mandalorian Wars, and he went to put an end to it. He left a lot of people who cared about him behind. But I think he did it because he thought it was the right thing to do. But whatever he set out to do, I don't think he succeeded. And here you return, with his ship, without him. Yes, wherever he went, your ship's been there. If you return to that place, if you find some trace of Revan, no, simply tell him that Admiral Onasi is following his orders. Safe journey, Exile.
Did she know?
No, she didn't.
There are times I fear we shall never know where he left Karth, and I cannot live not knowing the answer. Why he sought to protect us.
He asked us to stay to keep the Republic safe. It was important to him, and after meeting the Exile, I'm convinced that there are worse things to lose in the galaxy.
It has been some time.
You were a fool to return. I spared you once. I will not do so again. Why have you returned?
Because now I understand why the exile did what she did. There is much to be done.